Hello students, now it is the last video of the unit 6, that is optics, and in this video we will discuss here about the width of the central fringe and width of the central maxima and the interference pattern and the diffraction pattern. So these are the this video we will discuss here about the some differences and some similarities between the interference pattern and the diffraction pattern. So first of all we have to start here the difference between the interference pattern and diffraction pattern. We will discuss here first of all what is the expression for the width of the central fringe. So width of the central fringe it is denoted by the beta naught, and beta naught means it is the spacing between the two dark fringes. So first two dark fringes here, we can see here it is an O central point at which the central maxima or central fringe is obtained here, and it's a part D1. So distance from the O to D1, that is represented by here by Y naught dash. Similarly here the distance from the O to D1, again it is Y naught dash. So the width of this central fringe, that is spacing between the two dark fringes, these are the two first dark fringes, so having the distance y naught dash plus y naught dash, that is equal to 2y naught dash, and the value of the y naught dash can be find out by the formula y dash equal to 2n plus 1 d lambda upon 2d, and from this formula when we find out the value by putting the value n equal to 0, that is equal to d lambda upon 2d. So y naught dash here equal to d lambda upon 2d, and multiplied by 2 and 2 cancel by 2 here, we will get d lambda upon d. So this is the width of the central fringe. Okay, so when we draw the pattern, so central fringes are the, we can show here in the interference pattern, they are having the distance is y naught dash, then the next d2, then d3 dark fringes are obtained here, similarly on the left side as well as on the right side. And we can see here in the diagram the width of each fringe will be equal to each other and having the same intensity. So the same intensity is there in the interference pattern, but in the diffraction pattern when we find out the width of the central maxima, so it is again denoted by beta naught. So beta naught will be equal to 2y1, that is twice of the 2y1, means this distance from the lambda 1 from this point to this point, that is twice of this width of the first maxima, maybe the second maxima. So twice of this, that is equal to central maxima. So beta naught will be equal to 2y1, again it is the spacing between the two central minima. So spacing between the successive two central minima on the left side and right side, that is equal to the width of the central maxima, and it equal to beta naught equal to 2y1. Again when we put the value of y1, that is d lambda upon a, so when we put the value, we will get beta naught will be equal to 2 beta, means the width of the central maxima, it is twice of the width of the central, twice of the first minima, maybe second minima, and so on. So the width of the central maxima, it is always twice of the width of the central maxima, other maximas and minimas. So, and in this situation the intensity reducing continuously, because in that case, in the first case when we find out the intensity, so it is observed by the third part of the slit, it is observed by the fifth part of the slit. Similarly again we have to find out the intensity of light from the seventh part of the slit when we do this expression. So intensity is reducing continuously in the diffraction pattern, but in the interference pattern intensity remains the same, and the distance of the first dark, that is the first minima lambda upon a, then the second minima 2 lambda upon a and 3 lambda upon a. Similarly on the left and right side we can draw the maximas and minimas on the in the graph, and these such type of minimas maximas are obtained on the screen when we doing the experiment of that diffraction by a single slit. Now one difference is also there in the diffraction pattern. In the diffraction pattern, two slits are necessary, but here only diffraction pattern is observed by the single slit. So these are the differences between the interference pattern and the diffraction pattern, and this difference is very important from the board examination point of view, and I hope that you have to understand these differences with the help of interference pattern and the diffraction pattern. Okay, thank you very much.